How are we, my friends? You are very welcome along to a jam-packed Anfield Agenda news roundup. So much has happened since we last spoke yesterday evening. We're going to be talking today about Barcelona coming in last minute trying to get Frimpong. Liverpool doing a similar thing with Florian Wirtz trying to hijack that deal for Bayern Munich and Manchester City. We're then going to be talking a little bit about Jaden Danns' future. We're going to have some reporting on Geertruida as a possible backup option in case Frimpong doesn't happen. And lots more to come over the course of the next 8 to 10 minutes. You know what I'm going to ask you to do? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're also now just 2 weeks away from both of our shows in Liverpool. May 25th, next Sunday, we're going to be at the Hot Water Comedy Club for our end of season title celebration party. We'll have the Premier League trophy with us as well. Lots of photo opportunities. And then on the 28th, 3 days later, myself, Connor, Chris, Steve and Jack all together for the Anfield Agenda official end of season party. You can get your tickets to both those events with the QR code on the screen or the link in the description, priced at just £20. They're both all ages events, and we have a musical act accompanying us as well. Right, loads to get through. Let's jump into the news. So this report here suggests from Win All Sports that Barcelona have entered the race to try to sign Jeremy Frimpong. Now, the first person I remember mentioning this yesterday was Davo C. Kopp, who said something similar, that Barcelona are trying to hijack the deal. This piece said, sources confirm that the Catalans are intensifying talks with the Dutch fullbacks camp, hoping to beat Liverpool to the deal. Liverpool are already in advanced talks, but Barca's financial or potential financial and sporting proposal and the idea of playing for Barcelona is turning heads for Frimpong. Frimpong hasn't made his final decision yet. Now, look, I'm going to show you the other side of this and the reporting from the English side now, the likes of James Pearson that are suggesting that Liverpool are quite far along with it and that Liverpool have certainly won him over. Whether he changes his mind last minute or not, I guess we're all just going to have to wait and see. But I can say to you, Liverpool are a lot further along in this than Barcelona, so we'll wait and see what happens. Let's talk about Trent for a minute. I know, you're fed up of it. I'm fed up of it as well. But we're getting towards a conclusion. So this piece here from Jason Burt of The Telegraph said that Real Madrid have asked Liverpool to let Trent Alexander-Arnold leave for free so he can play the group stages of the Club World Cup. They've not made a financial offer to Liverpool and simply hope that Liverpool will relent and allow the right back to join them. Again, this is Real Madrid, ladies and gentlemen. This is the classless, soulless club that we're talking about that just love to throw the weight around. But ESPN, they have a little different take on it. They say that Liverpool are demanding €1 million or £840,000 to let Trent leave early and play in the Club World Cup. At this point, for me, I just want an end to it. Just let him go. If he wants to go and play with them early, let him go. I'm just fed up of it. It's dominating every news cycle. Let's just draw a line under it and hopefully we get a conclusion to this soon. But lots more to come, as I mentioned. Busy video. Let's talk about Costas for a moment, because we know that Liverpool are looking to bring in the left back. Milos Kerkez, we've also spoken about Jurel Haddo, but Milos Kerkez is probably the front runner. This piece here from Lewis Steele and Dominic King suggests that Leeds United are considering a move for Costas. Be a good fit. They're also in the market for Queevy and Kelleher. And again, I can see Costas doing well at Leeds. I don't know what the players' thoughts are. I don't know what the amount Liverpool are asking for is. But an interesting insight there into which players are going to be moving on. And as I mentioned, Costas the much more likely to move on at left back than Robbo, who just has 1 year to go on his deal. Now, right back, we mentioned about Frimpong a minute ago, but let's stick with Lewis Steele and Dominic King for a minute, because they say that Leipzig's Geertruida is one of an alternative options for Liverpool if Frimpong doesn't work out. It's not Liverpool's style to just focus on one individual, and Geertruida is a serious possibility. So this is a weird one, because he only left, of course, to go to Leipzig, I think. And if Liverpool want to bring him in, I would probably indicate to me that Gomez may move on. Because like Joe Gomez, Geertruida is somebody who's very versatile and can play in a whole host of positions across the back line. So again, keep an eye on that one. Frimpong is certainly Liverpool's #1 target in that position. But it is only common sense that they make sure that they have other options should Jeremy Frimpong change his mind, or for whatever reason that deal not work out. Now, Dean Huijsen. Again, here comes Real Madrid, and again, we're going to have to kind of wait and see. But I mentioned to you guys on a couple of streams a while back that if he did stay in the Premier League, that his preference was to join Liverpool. Some people laughed at me and said, no, it's Chelsea. And I've always been very adamant in this, because my contact on this one is very well placed. But this piece here says, if Hoyson was to remain in the Premier League, his preference of destination would be Liverpool, followed by Arsenal. Now, if you were to watch Sky Sports, you wouldn't even think Liverpool's name was in the mix on this one, really. I was watching last night and they were talking about the fact that Chelsea aren't giving up hope, but Real Madrid have come into the mix. Now, look, he may very well want to go to Real Madrid, and I can't speak to that at this moment in time, although I am looking to find out. But you just don't see Liverpool's name coming up on Sky much. Even with Wirtz yesterday, it was all Manchester City, that was it. I don't know. Honestly, I get fed up watching it, and I'm sure you guys do as Liverpool fans as well. But I'll keep giving you the names of the players that were being linked to it, because I'm going to keep pushing to make sure that you guys are kept up to date. I'm getting fed up with some of these media organisations, particularly in the mainstream like that, just overlooking us or just undermining us. Sorry, bit of a rant, but let's keep going. Jaden Danns. He's working hard on his rehabilitation, said Lewis Steele and Dominic King. He'll hope to play a part in the pre-season tour of Hong Kong and Japan this summer, but a loan seems likely next season. That does seem like the common sense thing to do in this scenario for Jaden Danns. Let's move on to the big story, the one that you're probably clicking on the video for. And we've got a few different bits and pieces for you around Liverpool's attempt to hijack this deal. So what do we know? Well, we know yesterday that Florian Wirtz flew into Blackpool and then on up to Manchester, and then I believe back over to Germany. We knew that he'd met with Manchester City officials, although that is in question by some in Germany. So let's go through what's developing about Florian Wirtz. This piece here from Kicker, a German publication, say Liverpool are pursuing Florian Wirtz, according to reports. Now, Bayern Munich believe they had a deal done at around 80 million quid for Florian Wirtz, but Manchester City have come in with a bid of about 127 million pound or 150 million euro, according to multiple reports. This piece here, though, said Liverpool have thrown their hat in the ring to sign Florian Wirtz. Wirtz also met with Liverpool on Tuesday when he flew to England, and that we can confirm. Breaking news, said Dave O.C. Cop, Florian Wirtz travelled to Liverpool on Tuesday with his parents to visit the club ahead of a potential move, according to various reports. Now we go with Christian Falk, or CF Bayern if you're on social media. He said there was also a meeting with Liverpool and Florian Wirtz yesterday when he flew to England. Keeping on with this story, another report said Liverpool have held talks with Florian Wirtz and Bayern Munich are now getting agitated. So if you weren't fully up to date on this story, Bayer Leverkusen are a little bit annoyed with Bayern Munich, particularly with their let's we say pressure tactics in the media over in Germany, and they would far prefer to sell Wirtz outside of the Bundesliga than lose him to Bayern Munich. So Liverpool, Manchester City or anybody else outside of the Bundesliga probably have a better opportunity to get into a negotiation with the club over a fee than Bayern, who are annoying them. So, another one here from Christian Falk said, Florian Wirtz flew to Blackpool to meet Liverpool officials yesterday. He then flew to Manchester, but here's the interesting part. Whether he met with City officials remains to be seen. Now, I can't think of another reason why you'd fly from Blackpool to Manchester, and Sky reported last night that Manchester City officials had met with him. Again, no mention of Liverpool from Sky, but we now know that Liverpool are involved. Sticking with Christian Falk, he said, Liverpool FC is now also involved in the pursuit of Wirtz. The English champions and their coach Arne Slot are said to be extremely interested in strengthening their squad with Wirtz. Now, look, I'm going to say what you're probably thinking. It's great hearing these things, but do we feel like we're actually going to win that battle? Well, it would be a real sign of intent from Liverpool, so let's wait and see what happens here. It would be a massive change of direction from our owners to go out there and drop the type of money Wirtz will go for, but it would be a huge statement. You know what my tagline is for this transfer window? I'll believe it when I see it, and this one certainly falls into that category. Kickers say the race for Florian Wirtz has now become intense. And a couple of more little bits before we finish up, but do come back tonight and join us at 8:45 because we'll have a lot more information on these things for you. Let's talk a little bit about Federico Chiesa for a moment. Napoli have now made an offer for Chiesa, but it's a loan with an option to buy, according to Gazzetta Italia. This piece here said that Liverpool are pushing for an obligation to buy, and the player is enthusiastic about returning to Serie A. The deal is at a very advanced stage. So let's wait and see what happens with this one, but it does look like Federico Chiesa will be departing, which means we have an extra squad place and attack to fill up as well. So This piece from Kicker said Liverpool can easily match Bayer Leverkusen's asking price for Florian Wirtz, according to that. Bild have said Florian Wirtz and his family was with Liverpool officials for over an hour in Blackpool yesterday. So the Reds definitely putting their best foot forward. We'll give you the latest on this at 8:45 tonight. Do join us for the late night agenda. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, folks. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if I can ask you one more favour, do go across and check out the Anfield Agenda Clips channel. We're trying to push that one towards 100,000 subscribers. And at the moment, I think we're at about 45k or so. So if you can, just search Anfield Agenda Clips and give it a sub for us. And we do appreciate you. We'll see you tonight, my friends. Have a good day. Bye-bye.